Welcome back. Well, the markets are holding on steady, so it's a good time then to welcome on board Mr. Anuj Kumar, Managing Director at CAMS, to understand how the business is performing at the current juncture. Mr. Kumar, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. You're one of the largest registrar and transfer agent when it comes to the mutual funds, and we have seen of late that the volumes have picked up substantially with the amount of retail inflows and the DII flows that we have seen into the markets. Last quarter, if I remember it right, your transaction volumes were up to the tune of around 30%. Is that kind of momentum continuing this quarter as well?
Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for having me over on the show. So overall, if you see, the market is and the industry is mirroring the same trends that became apparent in the June to December time period, which means that number of new investors joining in, count of SIPs registered in the industry, which crossed 25 lakh, is now holding. Monthly SIP inflows in the industry had crossed 10,000 crore. And if I just average out the last 3 months, the industry volumes would be north of 11,500. Gross equity and net equity flows have been positive now consistently for the last almost 9 to 10 months. So you're right, all of those trends are holding and are looking good.
So the trend is looking good, and recently you have deepened your relationship when it comes to the insurance agencies as as you have started the record keeping service for National Pension Scheme as well. Could you talk to us about what kind of revenue potential could that have going forward?
So in terms of new initiatives, I'll quickly speak about 3 of them. On the account aggregator and technology service provider side, we launched sometime in October, November. And we've got about 15 to 16 active signed up clients who will be doing business with us. So that's a good start. It's a brand new area for us. But as the coverage of account aggregator expands beyond the realm of lending, especially into the capital markets, that will be a good place for us to play. On the national pension side, it's an established area. We are the third CRA in the market. We just launched 2 weeks back. Starting off with the ENPS, which is the All Citizens product. That marketplace, the aggregate marketplace, is worth about 200 crores of revenue. We are, of course, the attackers, the non-incumbents, but we're expecting to scale rapidly on the individual contribution side, on the ENPS side. The POP and government businesses will be launched in about 4 to 6 weeks. And then on the insurance side, we have been insurance repository license holders for a long period of time. What you saw recently was a deep tracing technique that our team has put out in order to assist insurance companies locate individuals who should have been paid a claim but have not been paid a claim. And you know that from a regulatory and industry perspective, that remains a large need practically of every sector, not just insurance, but also mutual funds, EPFO, banks, just everywhere. So we're testing this product, and as it becomes successful, we will be ready to scale it across other segments of the financial services market.
Right. Sir, could you just talk to us about the growth in terms of awareness about this financial savings at one place, financial savings via one platform? What sort of investments are you doing for those awareness with new clients coming in? Is it much better, much faster, much easier than what you saw earlier?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is much easier for investors to come in and get their jobs done, especially in the mutual fund sector. And I must tell you that within financial services, we do it in a far more integrated, just easy to adopt way. With the coming on of MF Central, for example, where a lot of non-financial transactions do not require a wet signature, things like adding a nominee to your folio has become very easy, and that traffic is picking up. And overall, in order to just get KYC through a video or Aadhaar OTP way, open an account instantly and start investing, all of that happens in a single session now, which is again very good for the industry. But the thing I must also say is that despite all of this, we only have about 325 lakh investors. A lot of the investors haven't really put a serious amount of their savings. They've probably given us 1 or 2 or 3%, but they have yet to give us 10%. Or 20%. That's only HNIs who are deeply invested in this market. So therefore, the headroom to grow for the industry, to bring in new investors, initiate and educate them about risk asset classes and bring them in, and then to upsell to people who've taken the first step, have been watching a double-digit CAGR on their investments for several years, maybe decades. For those people to step up and give us a larger form of their savings, I think that's a big, big opportunity out there for the industry.
Right. In terms of the cost effectiveness that has changed, across spaces in terms of financial investment, whether we talk about investments via, mutual funds, the ways in which you can redeem, the ways in which you can invest and withdraw, start a new SIP, STP. You think those are things which are encouraging retail participants to come in because it's become much easier, much cost effective to just start and enroll for new things?
Absolutely. See, globally, you would have seen that when you make something easier, whether it is buying books or whether it is watching movies, people just multiply their consumption because entry and exit become easy. That's a single criterion. And in our industry, that's the way it works. Unfettered access and unfettered exit was kind of the hallmark of the industry for a long time. But now, with the reduction of any kind of paperwork or multiple trips to do anything at all, I think the momentum is building up. The industry back in 2015, 16, perhaps used to have 3 to 4 lakh SIPs in a month. That number is 6 times now and continues to grow. So there are various metrics you can look at, but the overarching picture is, and especially for millennials today, if you see 65% of new investors coming into the mutual funds market under 35 years of age, that digital and electronic adoption, doing it 11 o'clock in the night, doing it in a train or a bus, has become so easy that adoption is picking up very fast.
All right, sir, got your point. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time for us and telling us about the way ahead. For CAMS, generally the management does not talk, but they did take out some time for our viewers. Thank you, Anuj, once again.